liquefy, water, island. I don't know if it was a meme. I don't know whether I was supposed to be mad or happy. It was just such a mixed pile of emotions. I was actually very happy for him. It was very cool to be a part of that. It's probably the only time in history that card's been cast or played and like hit, and it was actually relevant. I like lost on the spot.
Really?
It blows up a piece of armor, bro.
Oh, shit.
It's like it has rapture where you have to like hit, fourth chain link or rapture.
Get raptured.
Sorry. Yeah, it is rupture. My bad. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 49 of Big Deck Energy. My name is Tyler Barrett. Joined with me tonight, as always, is Josh, Ben, and Bailey. What is up, boys?
Not much, buddy. How are you?
I'm back.
Yes, Cliff. We've made our return. How does it feel?
Feels good to be back.
Yes.
Feels good to be back.
Yes, it does. Went on a little bit of a hiatus there, but it was much needed. So, but it does feel good to be back. So this week, though, we got a pretty quiet week. Not really much on the news front, but we're going to go over our armories, weeks in Fab, touch on maybe the Nats results, kind of look at that, how that ended up shaping up. And I did want to touch a little bit on the bands. I didn't get a chance to talk about that last week with you guys. So
Yes, sir.
I can bitch and complain about that for a little bit. And then maybe take a peek at the LL board. And then Cliff has a little something for us, I think, at the end. So, let's get right into it, boys. Josh, Armory.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Talishar.
Oh, that doesn't count. What?
No, I
What
know.
the fuck?
No, I played a little Talishar, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Was gone this weekend again, so sucks.
Anything interesting on Talishar?
Other than trying the new Zen on Crouching Tiger, it's not bad.
Did you cut the bonds altogether?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to.
Yeah, I wonder about that. I'm sure people will still play it. They'll cut those 6 cards and just try to build the deck in a way. I don't know if you can, though. I really don't. Not to just jump right into the bands. We'll save this.
I don't know if you can, though.
The deck it becomes a totally different deck, I think, now. But, yeah.
Really does.
Yeah.
It sucks.
But Bailey and I played in our armory at Legends. But Cliff, did you get to play in the armory this week?
I did. We once again have a firing armory up here in the Lou.
Let's go.
Absolutely lovely. It happens on Friday nights at 6 p.m. We had 2 rounds, and that seems to be what the prize support is geared towards right now because they weren't sure how many people they could actually get for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 2 packs per win, play 2 rounds, and then we go do our thing. I want to talk about the spread of our armory real quick because it was kind of wild. We had me on New, Wesley on Fi, Garrett on Victor. We had Douglas on Riptide, RC on Prism, and New Guy, I'm sorry I don't remember your name. My brain is dumb. But he brought a Kasai. So we had a beautiful class spread. Nobody was on the same archetype or anything like that. So there was just a lot of fun matchups.
Nice.
Douglas decided to borrow my Riptide for this armory just to give her a test run.
Love it.
And round 1, he got paired into Victor, and he's like, hey, what do I do in this matchup? I'm like, you die. Ended up making it a decent game out of it, but Victor is just not a fun match for Riptide. There's some tricky things you can do to catch Riptide, to catch Victor, excuse me, but Victor is just kind of does the Victor thing, and then you go, oh, I'm dead. So we'll stop right there for that little one. We'll get into my round 1, which was into a Prism. Not exactly the match I want to see with New, but, I mean, we got to get there eventually. Start getting the reps in now. I ended up losing. It was a decently close game. I drew all my poppers early practically. I think I had three in one hand.
Ooh.
It was just like a 2, 3, 2, 1. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to see a popper for like ever now. Late game, it ended up mattering because he realized it and started just throwing the 7-power heralds and attack reactioning them to make them more, and it was just not fun.
Yep.
Fun moment from that game, though, is I was able to transcend, and I didn't really have anything else to follow the previous attack. So I was like, well, I've transcended. I was going to pitch to Mask just to make him banish a card. But I saw he had 2 heralds in his banish zone, so I decided to pitch to New and throw the 1 blue herald that on hit it creates a spectral shield token. Coming in for 5, so not the worst thing in the world. But he's sitting there thinking about it for a bit, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then he pops it with a Celestial Cataclysm.
Let's go.
He's like, I don't know when I'm going to get the chance to pop my own herald again, so I'm just going to do it.
Full send.
Oh, dude.
I was like, all right, fair enough.
That is fucking awesome. That like it kind of goes back to what I was saying before with New. Like, there's so many things that you can do with that hero that I think are also like just so many lines and different plays you can do that have been yet to be found. And like, the more and more people play that deck, the more stories you're gonna hear of shit like that clip where you just like run into these crazy scenarios where like someone's popping their own herald. And shit. Like, I don't know. It's so cool.
We had a really good laugh about it for a while.
It's fucking
and then
awesome.
He killed me.
Nice.
We'll go to round 2 where I got matched into Wesley's up and up Phi. That was a pretty fun game. He started cooking right off the bat because Phi just does Phi. Just 3-3-3-3-3, 3-3-3-3-3, 3-3-3-3-3. You know how that story goes. Ended up getting into a kind of great string of hands, aka lucky, where I was able to block with 3 cards, maybe a defense reaction from Arsenal, and then just Codex of Frailty, Leave No Witness. The first one, Codex of Frailty, discarded the card, got an Arsenal, and I threw a Leave No Witness. It took his armor. The second one took, I believe he just ate that one completely. Just lost the Arsenal, 3-card hand. And then the final one took a card from hand and his Arsenal on top of the Codex discard. So then I was left with a little bit more leeway. Fun thing in that game, though, is Wesley's on 2 health at this point. In hand, I have a Persuasive Prognosis and a Path Well Traveled. So I've got the 0 cost, 1 power attack that if it hits, I banish the top card of deck, look at the hand, and banish a card that shares a color with it. Pretty baller in 5, if I can say so myself. But it freaked Wesley out because I just threw down that 0 cost 1 power with a card in hand. Immediately, what is your worst nightmare situation? That card is a Just the Nick, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotta
so
respect
he's sitting
it.
there, him and Han, just, not happy about the situation he finds himself in. Ends up double blocking to cover the 6 so that if I did have it, it would stop it. And then I just give it go again with Path Well Traveled and Transcend. Pitch to New, banish one of his blue go agains off the top of his deck and do that one and another one.
That's pretty sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was just a fun little moment for New there.
Whatever happened to Kano?
That's what got him, or the other one, but he was gonna play Kano. But the thing with Wesley's Kano is there's a large portion of that deck that is the backs of cards with sticky notes on them.
Gotcha. So it's not completed.
It's not completed. No, it's very much in a blueprint stage right now, which thank God.
I died to a proxy this weekend, so.
What proxy?
Oh, Ty, I was supposed to ask you what Liquefy does.
Yeah. Not to mention, the man put it on a fucking basic island for Magic. Liquefy, water, island. I don't know if it was a meme. I don't know whether I was supposed to be mad or happy. It was just such a mixed pile of emotions. I was actually very happy for him. It was very cool to be a part of that. it's probably the only time in history that card's been cast or played and like hit, and it was actually relevant. I like lost on the spot.
Really?
It blows up a piece of armor, bro.
Oh, shit.
It's like it has rapture where you have to like hit, fourth chain link or rapture.
Get raptured.
Sorry, yeah, it is rupture. My bad. But it's like the fourth chain link, and it's like it's coming in on a lava burst for 6, or no, the lava burst was for 7. This was actually very important. I'm just like, no, I'll easily take one here and double block and and then he goes over the top with the liquefy. I don't even think liquefy pumps. It just
No, it doesn't.
So it gets over for exactly 1 on me. It blows up one of Teklo's pieces.
You're just like, well, fuck.
I had all 4 assembled. I'm just waiting for singularity. It was, yeah. Shout out Nathan.
I was gonna say.
Just go the whole story without saying who it was.
Yeah, I was like, so who was it? I mean, I had an assumption, kind of based off it. But
did you have any more on your week in Fab Cliff? I didn't want to just like jump over.
No, I ordered some more cards for new. Of course, just trying to get that deck foiled out is so much fun.
Yeah, I feel like that's like your weekly thing now. I ordered some more cards. Ever since I showed you the marketplace, dude, you're the madman.
That has been a detriment to my finances. It really has.
You can find some sweet deals on there, dude.
I know, that's part of the problem.
Yes.
I see things and I'm just like, ooh, this guy's having a big sale of promos. Look at all of those shiny cards. Yeah. I bet you one of those would look no, and then you get in the full argument with yourself. So, yeah. It's been a good time. I don't think I really have any more for like deck techs and stuff. I still need to work in a bit more defensive options for new. I think I'm still on a pretty aggro setup. Mm-hmm. It'd be nice if I had a little bit more defensive play.
Do you have like D-reacts and stuff?
Right now, I just have the 3 Sink Below in.
Okay.
I think I need to get Inertia Trap in, and I'd also like to get Fate Foreseen in. Mm-hmm. I do have Bonds of Attraction coming in, and I'm removing the playset of Desire of Flesh and Desire of Mind. Because I don't think with just your 1-power blue assassin play base, you don't want to be having a lot of subbing in and out for sideboard. That's kind of the conclusion I came to. That's not where you want the variance in your deck.
Yep.
So I've got a open play set for something there, and then it's going to be finding just little things to tweak, I think, to try to open up the other one.
Yeah, well, speaking of tweaks and going off of that, I actually tweaked my Teklo deck and put sigils back in. I just like went with a little bit like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I like went up a red unmovable in the sideboard. Went up 3 red sigils. Gosh, what else?
What'd you replace for that?
I like cut a bunch of blues, man. So we'll see. I'm running 3 less blues in the deck now. We'll see if that really impacts it. I think I'm at 35 main deck or 36. I like to have close to 40, and like that's what I had before. But sigils give me something to do on those all blue do nothing hands. Like I can block out and gain life. That seems like a lot better than an all blue do nothing hand. I just draw too many of those in Teklo where I don't know. I'm just playing with the blue count right now, seeing if I can really. But I went 1 and 2, so I guess results say that. Sigil was actually really good, though, against Viserai. Me and Carter had a game that was pretty wild, where I was, like, dead to Arcane because I didn't have my Relic out. I still run the 1 Rusted Relic, where if I play it, then I can transform safely and have AB still. Mm-hmm. But I was forced to basically transform early. My AB was on one of the Evos, so when you transform into the Teklovasan guy, the suit, you lose the AB. So then I was just like taking the damage the rest of the game. But my sigils, I played 3 sigils at the end of the game essentially. That like saved me on each of the turns. It was pretty crazy. It was close.
Didn't we have you on like a Looming Dune?
Yeah, dude. This Looming Dune had 13 counters on it.
Jeez.
At one point, that was like the max counters he had on it. And then endgame Looming Dune just like was still pinging me for 2 with no AB. And I also, like, when I transformed, I even joked with him. I was like, yeah, well, we're still in my first cycle. I have no idea what's coming up. Like, this is all just luck at this point. Because if you don't set up that 5-card hand with the next hand after it, what happens is you'll get the 2 tanks, and if you're lucky, or a tank into Teklo when you have your 5-card hand. Mm-hmm. And you get to, like, arsenal something, hopefully. So then you kind of essentially have a 4-card hand the next turn. But like sometimes if you don't know what you have, you'll draw up and it'll be like an Evo, a D react, and like a blue hold line, you know, or something.
Yep.
And you just like have all the tempo in the world and you just like so. But I lost to Carter on Viserai. I lost to Nathan on Fi with the Liquefy.
Woof.
So it was kind of a crazy day. And then I beat Alex round 1 on Bolton, which was also actually a very close game. If he would have double Illumina me, I think he wins that game. He ended up putting one of his Luminas in Soul off of like a Lumina hit trigger, which sucked. Like if he had that last one, I'd probably lose that game. But we only did the 3 rounds. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still on Teklo. I kind of wanted to play KO, but we had 2 KOs show up, and I was just like, I don't want to dilute it too much with KOs. I need to switch to something, dude. I really do. It's like, it's such a brain dead deck to me at this point. Like, I don't know. I've seen it all.
So,
You played it all.
question.
Dude, it's so...
If you're swapping off of Teklo, why the fuck wouldn't you grab your Azalea deck? Why would you go to like a KO?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I could just go back to Azalea and play her. I have...
Just try ripping an Azalea one armor
We say it all
and see
the
how she
time.
feels.
What?
You've got her decked out. Why don't you play her?
I don't know. It's in the vault. I don't know. I've played a lot of her too, though, I guess. That's maybe why.
True.
I played like maybe more games than Teklo, like on Azalea.
Start Kano.
No, never. I will never, ever do that ever in my entire existence, Josh. Ever.
Why not?
I hate Kano so much.
Really?
Yes, dude. I hate that deck.
Dude,
it always is good against the decks I play. And,
I used to say the same thing. Then
well,
I
when
joined
I was
them.
playing Icelander, it was kind of fun. Because I feel like Icelander probably like had a good matchup into Kano. Like, that was dope.
Get prepped for the next set.
Wait, what am I talking about? Prism was pretty good into Kano too, I guess. So, I don't know. I've beaten a lot of Kanos. I just have also lost to a
It's a
lot of
fun
them.
deck to play.
No, it's not.
Revive yourself.
Wes is going to show up to the 1K and fucking burn us all to the ground with Kano. He's going to have the deck figured out.
I'll let him play mine. I'll let him have it.
But yeah, I went 1-2. Fucking came to the conclusion that I don't know, I got to switch it up. Got to play something else. I'll probably still play if I play in the 1K and don't judge it. I'll play Teklo in the 1K probably, but
Bailey, how about you?
I also went 1-2 this weekend. Except unlike Ty, my one win was a bye, so a win. That's 2 weeks in a fucking row now, man. Which is kind of shitty. But I was on Bolton. I picked up the Armory deck yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Made some upgrades to it. Threw in things like the beacons, the cataclysms. Threw in some bolting blades, that kind of thing. Soul shields, just to try to help me out a little bit. Because as good as the precon is, it's not perfect. It's funny, Alex and I talked about that quite a bit yesterday, actually, about like how good the precon actually is, like in its unmodified state.
when you played against you and I played a couple of Talishar games this week, and you just brought the deck with like unmodified, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean I was playing a souped up KO deck with all the shit, and I almost lost in both the games that I played as KO or whatever. So it was, I mean, there's something there. The defensive Bolton seems dope.
Yeah. Strong.
After playing it in person, dude, fucking Saving Grace is an amazing card. Holy shit.
Is that the D react?
Yep.
Yeah, there was a time you D react one of my tanks, dude. It was so good. And brought it to you, like covered it up perfectly with that card plus something else, or I forget exactly how you did it, but my tanks did nothing to you in the game we played when I was on Teklo too. So
You're just like shit,
dude. It was actually like I was very impressed with the deck because like he didn't add anything to it, and like they were all close. Like I mean, I was ahead in the Teklo game. I think Bolton is kind of not. It's I think I'm favored, but it was actually close. Like Bailey was
Super
holding
close.
on and being defensive and blocking tanks, and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? It was cool.
Yeah, It is a more defensive list, but it's still, obviously got the combo in there. And that's kind of how I was playing it yesterday. Just really setting up Soul for combo turn, waiting for like V's, waiting for beacons, just to really push things through.
Yeah.
I think what was it? I did something on one of these. Oh, that's what it was. I can't remember who I was playing into. I think it was my round 2. Yeah, it was into Alex, which was funny. So we were playing the Bolton mirror. I don't know the last time I played a warrior mirror, let alone a Bolton mirror.
Yeah.
But I attack reacted, put my beacon down on a bolt of courage. Reacted again to give the bolt go again, and then drew into my second beacon of beacon. Played my Lumina from Arsenal, and then beaconed the first Lumina hit to go get my second Lumina.
Yeah, so you still get to do the huge payoff like combo wombo thing.
Yep.
And you build soul like by playing the defensive like
And
soul
then
charging. Like that's so dope.
Charged my third Lumina to soul off of the other Luminas.
That's what happened to Alex in our game, dude. Oh, that's so tragic.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's a big feels bad.
round 1, lost a really close game to Nathan on Fi. And what it came down to was those fucking 0 for 4s.
Blaze headlong.
Yep, all of that kind of stuff. He played
Scar
like
for scar.
3 of them in one turn.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, that's cool.
He was also on Kadachi's, which, I mean, fucking hate Kadachi's.
They rip.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was...
I hate those.
They
fucking
shred.
things.
No, he played Emberblade into me at
Oh,
least.
yeah, he built his deck. That's right. He was telling me that he does have Emberblade still. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. That, like, he built it in a way where his blues are probably all still, like, 0 cost and fit the Kadachi theme while also being able to play, Emberblade. Because I think, like, traditional Emberblade Fi doesn't play a lot of 0 cost blues,
No.
But he cooked me with those Kadachis, dude.
And then round 3, I managed to take that one down with the buy. So, still able to collect my pity pack at the end.
Oh, fuck.
Rip anything cool?
Nope. No, I've been getting dusted on my openings lately.
Tough.
Did anyone get a cold foil in their openings? Because there was 1 pack left in that box. We're going to put it in a
No,
pool
I don't
for the
think
1K.
so.
That's hilarious. I bet it's in that pack. There was a 1 pack and a gold pack left in the box for our prize packs at the end. And we're just making like a little pool of packs to give away for our 1K in a few weeks. So there's a cold foil sitting in there and a gold pack for someone. It's going to be fun.
If there's like an EA mask in there or something, I'm going to be pissed.
Or that gold pack has the cold foil.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Cliff. Could you fucking imagine, dude? Someone walks away to 1K with a...
This would be the time
foil
for
enigma.
us to actually have a huge hit, and it's in the gold pack.
I would love that.
Are we gonna raffle that
Yeah,
off
and
at
what
the event?
we'll do is we'll probably like just raffle that off round 1. So that everyone is there. Well, because what'll happen is people will drop.
Whoever gets it, I'm throwing hands with them. We're taking it outside.
No. I just because like I had the thought of like if people owe 2, they'll probably drop, right? And then like you don't want to raffle it off at the end. Well, Bailey, you're not here for me to look at you while I was saying that, but I was saying that to you like at heart.
We were staring at the empty spot over
Yeah,
here.
I was.
What I fucking thought.
No, but we're gonna raffle that off when all of the players are there.
I mean, I guess we should just do a reminder. The 1K, will be on the
July 27th.
27th.
Yep.
$40 buy-in.
Legends on Main. We're gonna try to give away. We have a minimum, I think, of 25 players. If we hit 25, we'll give away the 1K to top 8. If we don't, then there will be just a prize restructure. We'll make it juicy and worth everyone's time. It'll still be like cash payout, but if we don't hit 25, it'll be a little less than that, plus packs or some other stuff. We're going to give away a lot of
cap
promos.
At 32.
Cap at 32. Minimum 25, I mean, to hit that 1K goal.
Yep. A reminder, it is rails to trails, so you're going to have to find parking somewhere, not on Main Street. But you can always just park the road up. It's not a far walk, super close.
It's a couple blocks.
Yep.
Food trucks, beer garden. The shop will let you have food and drink inside. So it's always a really good time.
It's good.
It's going to be fun trying to fit all 32 of us in there.
I know.
We're going to make some room.
It's gonna be a nice little.
Yeah, we'll make it
pack,
cozy.
but
I mean, it's going to be a little tight, but like we're going to put an extra table, I think, up front, and then position the tables in the back in a way that we'll have enough room. So
I would say the recording table up front, but
yeah, we are going to try to stream it. We got to figure that out too. Bailey, you got to come in maybe a day or two early with me and try to figure that out. But
Sure.
because you're our Donatello, remember? You're our tech guy. Or supposed to be.
Donnie.
The fuck Donatello.
I see. You guys are. This makes me feel so old. You don't actually know who Donatello is.
We went over this
Can
on
we
an episode.
flame him? Can you guys flame him? Can our audience just flame Bailey for not knowing this? This hurts my soul, Bailey.
Talked about this.
I barely remember who fucking Alex is most of the time, man. You think I know who? Whatever.
Okay, do you know who?
Alex, that's a lie. Alex, that's a lie. Please don't hate me. As a fellow Bolton guy.
Do you know who Michelangelo is?
Like the painter?
Are we getting somewhere? Okay, Leonardo?
Da Vinci?
Raphael?
You got me lost, man.
That's the demon from Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, okay.
As my kids
Dude,
would
that
say,
boss
I'm
fight
dead.
was. I'm gonna go off on like a little bit of a tangent, but that boss fight was like one of the most fun boss fights I've ever played in a video game.
Oh, dude, I couldn't get over the music of that fight.
The
It
fact
was
that he
incredible.
fucking sings along to his own fight.
While he's throwing like 130 fire damage at you.
Yeah.
You're doomed.
Are you guys still playing that game? Like
God, that game was like
I
a
have it
fucking
downloaded.
master.
Yeah.
I still play it here.
Yeah,
and
I never really
That
really
game's
got
so
into
much
it.
fun.
I remember like seeing all you guys playing it there for a while though.
Yeah, it was.
That game is legit.
incredible.
Curse Hasbro for laying off their development team, so they'll never get DLC for it. I want to talk with the executive who came up with that decision. Ignore the baseball bat. That's just here as a deterrent.
Yeah, I mean, they ruined Magic. They ruined fucking Baldur's Gate. But
Dude, speaking of ruining Magic, I actually downloaded Arena. My buddy and I linked up and brought the kids to the park. Well, his son is the same age as my son. And they're friends. They play like Fortnite together all the time and stuff. It's cool. Like I still get to have an excuse to go like see my buddy too. So like, but he plays Arena all the time, and he's like, just download it, just draft. You know, it's all you gotta do. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fine. Like I'll try it. And like the first 2 or 3 games coming back from years, I was like, dude, what is this?
Yeah.
What am I doing? I like missed a couple of land drops and just uninstalled it like immediately and lost the game because of like my deck, and had nothing to do with it. Had zero agency over that game, you know. Just my deck didn't function, and I'm just like, well, uninstall. Click. Sorry. I texted him. I'm like, sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
You didn't drop a Shieldred by turn 2, you're dead.
No, I don't know. Coming from Fab, where like it's played in a like a long form, where you're not just dead in a turn or two, like at the beginning of the game, or like you get to find your way out of each hand, or you know, it's played in turn cycles, right? Like Magic is just so much different. The resource system is almost. I mean, it's kind of the beauty of the system, but it's also a drawback of that game.
Yeah.
But not to talk about fucking Magic anymore. We do it every once in a while, but
gotta bring up a game of Magic every once in a while. I mean, I still find it somewhat fun.
yeah, playing Commander with like friends, like that's always going to be fun. I'll always have my decks for that type of stuff.
Like I watched a prof video where they just each made a Commander deck and then passed it to the left
Nice.
of who they're playing.
Dude, yeah, see, that type of shit's awesome. And when we did the Lord of the Rings thing,
Yeah,
like that was
cool.
so much fun.
That was cool.
That was so much fun, dude. When they make these like X-Men and Marvel decks,
They just made Assassin's Creed.
yeah, that's how they'll get me back. Is if they make good universes beyond, I'll buy the product and have the cards.
Have to.
But
Why don't we get into some nationals talk? We have the final results of all the nationals and the heroes that won we had Zen at 14. Surprise, surprise.
Mm-hmm.
New coming in second with 11. So, 2 new missed fail heroes placing in the top. What are your boys' thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, these last few weeks, she just kind of, I think, was figuring out the Zen matchup, you know. I've seen a lot of Zens beat News, though, so I don't know. I think that matchup is still undecided on who's, like, really favored. And, like, you hear both sides of the community kind of split. But, yeah, we said Enigma would be the one out of this set. You guys remember? We were so scared of that hero. And we were so wrong. We were just dead wrong. Dylan nailed it.
We were
like
way
illusionist. You know, illusionists are just traditionally like good.
Dylan was drinking the Kool-Aid. He's like, dude, fucking Zed's gonna be top 3. He's gonna be the best. He's gonna be better than KO. We're like, dude, no, he's not. Shut up. And then he just totally is. He was just nailed it right on the head. It was great. Shout out to Dylan. That was hilarious.
Yeah, she only had 2.
Enigma?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, I mean that's just a product of there being so much Zen right now.
He's just terrible into Zen, though.
If you're playing a deck that is bad against the most played hero, like you have to do some.
First of all, props to you.
Well, yeah, that just means like your tournament, like the gem luck was like on your side, right? Like you just played maybe 1 or 2 Zens, and those were both your losses on the day or something. But
and we had Victor taking 4. Dash IO taking, I think it was 1. Dash Extraordinaire, OG Dash 3. Azalea 2. Prism 2. KO 2. Kano 1. I think Dory might have had 1.
Yeah. KO at 2 is kind of surprising. I just think everyone is like putting him down for the new toys. It feels like a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if it stays that way.
That is true, dude. My hot take kind of going into PT is that KO's going to have a little bit of a resurgence. I don't think he'll be the most played, but I think a lot of people that are going to be scared about this ban or maybe look at the time they spent on it wasted, they're going to fall back onto a safe deck like KO. I feel like that's just like...
what happens?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some players that were initially on Zen make the decision to play the tried and true deck in KO that's already been tested into this field, and like, you know, now having Zen be I mean, if you're not playing the bonds, you're fine. Like Sean, our local, he's fine. He's been playing the Crouching Tigers since day 1. So, but if you're a player with the bonds, you know, you got to rebuild your deck in a few weeks. So,
yeah,
instead of doing that and then testing that out, like why not fall back on these safer decks? You know, even like Azalea, I would expect her to have more wins. She only had 2, you said?
Yep.
That's crazy to me. I don't know.
I mean, she is a good deck, but I mean, into some of these other heroes, we've seen she can just get... I mean, she can have a bad hand draw. Like, what caused you to stop playing her, honestly?
Dude, I know. It happens where you'll have the tempo and, yeah, you draw up that hand to do nothing.
We've heard of Bailey saying, like, it sucks when you do that.
It does.
So
I don't enjoy not being able to do anything. I don't know if you do.
What are we playing, Magic?
Yeah, for
no land pass.
For real. I didn't get my land drops, so I can't play anything. Like, what? Oh, what the fuck?
But, I mean, we can go into some of the living legend points here. I do want to note that Zach was right on the last episode with his prediction of guessing 445 for Zen.
Mm-hmm.
And then just a release. And then Nat season. That's half his points almost.
Yep.
And imagine if they didn't modify the point value. He'd be at like 600.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's actually a good point because they just lowered them, right? Like right before. So, I mean, he'd have however many more. He'd be up where KO is probably right now. What is KO sitting at?
KO gained 75 and is at 632.
Damn, that's so crazy.
Right?
These heroes are just like brand new and they're like already so close.
We had Victor gaining 105, so he's at 379.
And who's at the leader, or who's at the top spot right now in the leaderboards?
Dash Extraordinaire, OG Dash, and she gained 100, and she's at 910.
Wow.
She's
Wow.
almost gonzo.
Oh no.
Wow.
Ben, you better start getting your last few reps in with that deck.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, I'm probably just writing her off.
Yeah, I guess.
Go away, you witch.
See, that's the thing. You play a deck
You
so
loved her
much.
so much,
Yeah, you
dude.
play a deck so much, you just lose the taste when you find a new hero.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah, I'm all about Riptide and New. I am having so much more fun playing Riptide than I ever was on Dash, except when she was running her absolute hottest. Where you'd set up, you've got your, the hyperdrivers, the 2 Teclacore, the 2-pounder. You got the Max V in Arsenal, and you drew up your 2 red combustibles, zipper hit, and fucking God knows what else. Yeah, when you're doing that deck is super fun. But Riptide's more fun. There's a lot more devious things Riptide can do.
yeah, I hear that. Devious is a good word for Riptide.
Like I just love the Codex pitch that I can do, where you play the Codex, you take the Riptide trigger and trigger Trench to get the other card out of the way to dodge the discard and photo resource.
Yeah.
To put the aim counter on something or just to shoot your 1 cost. Yeah, love that.
So do you guys think like the ban of Bonds was more like slow Zen down in the LLs because they see him going up fast, or do you really think it's trying to like? I mean, I know they kind of came out with their explanation. Did you guys read the article?
Some of it, yeah.
Yes.
The thing that kind of got me was the fact that they said like they did test the Bond stuff, but like not to the fullest as they should have. That kind of strikes me as just being very weird because like Bonds is the thing that any ninja should and would be doing in
It's just good.
well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It felt
Fi to the exception, but like Katsu, Dishonor chain, I mean, like, even if you ran the Dishonor in Zen, I don't think it would be bad at all.
yeah. Well, I think even Dylan was running the Dishonor line, even the full thing. But like the 9 Bonds deck,
That's Dylan.
yeah, he's trying to dishonor everyone. That's true. But yeah, these like when I said last week, or no, sorry, 2 weeks ago, I thought that they wouldn't make any changes. They're going to let us play PT with no changes. Kind of in hopes that they would learn from the last couple of PTs that this happened at, where or maybe one of them was Worlds. I forget exactly what tournament. I know one was a Pro Tour, but they've done this in the past where they've banned a card that affects the top deck, and this is weeks before the tournament. And I know there's been a lot of discourse online and around the community about this, and I don't want to get too far like down that rabbit hole because like I do think it sucks for the players that were on Zen and have the deck figured out and have spent the time, right? Like it sucks for those players. They already have their tickets, they already have their hotels booked, like all that. Like I see that side, and that fucking sucks. I just wish like I wish that they would learn from like the outcry of the community in the past.
Yeah.
Like the past couple of times, like it has been a big deal. And I think it's going to be a big deal going into this tournament, I guess. Kind of my long story short. I have probably a lot more to say, but I could talk you guys' head off all night about that or about the bands. Another thing, they give us the red.
Yeah.
You can still go do the thing. Like it's not, you can't do it twice. You can still do it once. All you need is 1 bonds and a chi. You still get to do the double bonds and have your ceiling turn. Like, it's just.
You can, I mean, yeah, you can do it. It's actually not hard. But
That's my point. Like,
you still have like the Ancestral Harmony and the Art of War buff. So
Yeah.
you're getting a 2 buff on like all those. You're probably going to hit that line.
I guess it just reduces the consistency of being able to do it, right?
Yep.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
No, and I think that's what they were like really aiming for was just powering it down slightly. And like reducing the consistency kind of gets them to that goal.
Yeah, and that's kind of like that's what they said in their article. Their articles actually they do a really good job at explaining themselves. The thing that got me was the not really testing bonds enough. That's kind of weird to me.
Yeah. You would expect them to test a new hero fully in extent. I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, they're
Especially like with the power cards. Like that's the power card.
Yeah.
That's the card that's degenerate in Ninja.
it's just good.
Mhm.
But
um,
I will say, New did have 285 for the Living Legend points.
yeah, she was coming around towards the end. That's the other thing. Like there were decks like figuring out their matchups into Zen. Now Zen changes, and now those matchups change. Now like everything is up. Everyone's racing, trying to figure out what's going to happen at PT. You know.
Yep.
And yeah, I guess it makes me think of like if they really do have their ear to the ground with this stuff, because like a lot of people I see comment on this, it tends to be kind of leaning negative and leaning just being the wrong decision. If they're going to do a ban, do it after PT maybe.
Yeah.
That was kind of my thought, but we'll see. I think a lot of it's going to be the same. I think people are still just going to play Zen. People are going to play KO. Like, I think the people that were on Zen will just cut those cards and just throw some other stuff and call it good. And we're going to see what happens. You know,
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yep.
More so than not, I think. But
No, I'm excited to watch Pro Tour Amsterdam. I think it's going to be a different meta with Zen not running it.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see how much this shakes things up. Right.
I mean, it always has.
Maybe Zen just
which is the thing.
Maybe Zen still just kills it, and everyone brings Zen, and he's still just the best deck. You know, maybe it doesn't do anything, but
I feel like it's just like a little bit more of a setup turn now, instead of being so easily attainable. Like you have to make sure you have your bonds in your discard and be able to find it. But who knows? I think KO honestly might take it down. Is my prediction.
yeah. Mm-hmm. If you're like wavering on the Zen pick,
Yeah.
KO's tried and true, does a lot of damage from turn to turn.
Still think there's a decent chance Zen gets it.
Yeah, like there's the one side of the coin that he just isn't affected by this. Like people just adjust, and I feel sorry for the little guy who doesn't have a testing team a little bit, you know, who's going there and qualified and just like won a random PQ, and they were on Zen, and now it's like, what do they do? You know,
I don't know.
It's tough.
That seems to follow the sentiment of a lot of people right now, where, you know, for some of the bigger testing groups, yeah, it sucks. But what about the guys that, you know, got their win in and just have been focusing on the one deck, and then they change it this drastically with like a week out? They're not going to be able to test into all the matchups again to figure out what's changed.
Yep.
Unless they just go full guerrilla mode on Talishar, just game after game after game after game.
You're talking to one. No,
Yeah.
I wish I was going. Be awesome. But no, so we had 2 on Zen predicting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say who's gonna. Probably Zen. If I had to pick, there might be just a world where he's still great, and you know, like I said, people adjust. The pros are gonna adjust.
I think Zen is still probably top deck or top 2.
Mm-hmm.
Even missing bonds.
So like this might reduce the consistency, and it'll get less people to play it. It will even out the hero share, which is maybe the goal in the ban and stuff. They want to have just more heroes playing instead of you see the percentage of it feels a little not as bad as the Starvo days, but
we're talking Tech Levas and
they
levels
don't
like 1%.
they don't like it when it's very top heavy like that, you know. And maybe this goal achieves that, where it evens it out a little bit, brings down the consistency. But I still think like it just might not be enough, you know. So why even do it, and why send the community in a frenzy, you know, if he's still just gonna be ridiculous.
True.
Because what if like he just takes over PT and he's still the deck? Then it's like, oh no, like, what did we do? Why did we kill Katsu like that for? You know, poor Katsu's sitting there like, what the fuck did I do?
You gotta. That's why you hit the boots.
Yeah.
Hit the boots.
They said that there was going to be a thing coming in the expansion slot, right? But I don't know.
Yeah, but Katsu didn't exactly take it straight there. Katsu got fucking deleted. They shot a
You're
cruise
true.
missile at the end
You're
and it
you're
hit
right.
Katsu.
Yeah, you're right.
Control Alt Delete.
For real, dude. But yeah, we can quit ranting about. Well, it's kind of just me ranting to you guys, but we can move on from the bands.
I mean, living legend points.
if
Was
it's-
there anything that you guys wanted to touch on a little more on that? How we saw Victor win 4 times.
Yeah, I think that's just because
I
it's a
said
good
it
matchup
last week.
in design.
I said it last time I was on here. Victor is pretty fucking gas.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. I don't think there's a real bad meta for Victor. He's just going to be that hero that's always able to do something pretty powerful.
You talk about
there's
deleting
a
the other
bunch-
class. He deleted Bravo, dude.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be playing Bravo.
No.
Oh God, no! If you're playing
thinking
Bravo
the same
when
thing.
you play Victor,
Like, literally.
that's on you.
Yeah, it's tough.
Victor's got some. Like, yeah, Bravo's cool. Don't get me wrong. I do think Bravo still does some scary things, but Victor does a lot more scary things in a lot better ways. Like, I'm going to block, I'm going to win that to get a gold, to draw a card, to get a might and a vigor. Oh, yes.
Speaking of Bravo, what is he at on points? Just out of curiosity.
731.
Like 10.
731. No shit. So many
That's
random.
a lot higher than I thought it was.
Yeah.
It's just because of just like the amount of years he's been around. You know, slowly winning tournaments.
He is slowly becoming
So-
the first one to get LL'd from Walker.
Are we
Parade.
gonna reevaluate our bets for who's the first Wraith hero to LL?
I said
I remember
Katsu.
a while back we talked about it.
Yeah, I think I said Katsu too.
Katsu was at 655.
Wow, Bravo overtook
And
him.
now with Bonds gone,
Yeah. Katsu's not going anywhere. Well, I didn't
No.
think that he would get the hit.
Oh,
okay.
wait. This kind of actually reminds me. Like you said, Bonds is gone, right? Like we're talking as if you can't play Bonds anymore. You can.
no,
You can't.
You can
It's a
play
majestic.
3 reds.
Well, right,
However,
right. It's not the same
while
deck.
still powerful, it's not as powerful as
No.
going Bonds Gustwave, Bonds Gustwave, Bonds Gustwave.
Because like if you're playing Gustwave now, you're relying on only 3 cards instead of 9 cards to go off of, right? Like
Yeah.
so it's even less consistent. So like that poses the question of, well, do I even play these? And like you said, you just went straight Crouching Tiger. You're
Why
just like,
not?
fuck it, let's try this.
Why not?
Well, yeah,
It's still fun. It's still cool, but
you got to try something.
I wouldn't say it's the same level. Sean might talk your ear off and tell you it is, but
Yeah,
I would
sure.
say it's still a strong deck. You,
Yeah.
you can't put Zen out of the table because he's still going to be there. But I mean, there's plenty of strong attacks in the crouching version.
Mm-hmm.
But no, with the Bonds, it really does hurt Katsu. So Cliff, to conclude your answer on that question, yeah, it's going to be Bravo. Maybe. But I mean, Dash is very close to LLing. She'll be the first one from Arcane. But you got Dash, Azalea, and Kano all above 600.
Wow.
So they're pumping through.
What happens when all these heroes are like at 900 and they just all rotate?
Dude, it's the 990 curse. What do you mean? We're going to hit 990 and it's going to stay here for a while. Happens every time.
It's exciting. It just is, man. I love the Living Legend system. It's cool.
It's good.
I mean, you just picture like what it looks like next year or the year after. And it's like
It's
just forever changing.
It's a good thing that they did change a lot of the point values because they would all be super close or past.
Yeah.
So
I think they're going to forever do that just to tweak and well, it's like their way of kind of controlling it
Yeah.
too, you know? And they've done a good job.
no, very good. But Cliff, what was this surprise thing that you wanted to bring up?
It's not really a surprise. It's something that I want us to do because it sounds kind of fun.
All right.
I want us to try to predict some of the heroes that are going to get little trinkets in the next expansion slot from Rosetta.
Well, Katsu. They just killed
Yeah,
him.
they've
so.
they've alluded to Katsu
Um,
still being able to get off the dishonor.
Honestly
So
though, like kind of going
that's
off
good on him.
kind of going off of what we said, why not Bravo? Why not give Bravo something?
I think Bravo will get
I
something.
mean, he's at 730, you said, so that's like, I don't know, it's hard to justify a card.
Well, if you think about the past expansion slot cards,
Mm-hmm.
I bet you Viscerai and Riptide get something.
Well, Viscerai will probably just
I-
get something in the main set. That won't be expansion because like it'll be Rune Blades in the set, you know? I would imagine.
No, they can't ruin the theme of those two having one in every set.
I don't think you can
Dude,
give
Bailey,
Riptide
you were
something, though.
you were fucking on fire tonight.
The Azalea Armory deck gave Riptide a lot of new toys.
Yeah,
I don't
that-
think you can give him
That was a
another
Riptide deck.
expansion slot.
We've already established that.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
Katsu definitely. I'm pretty high on Bravo and Reinar getting something.
Yeah, I could see Reinar getting something. For sure.
Yep.
He's always kind of been
I'd love to see the max specialization in this expansion slot.
another one? We got one in the last set.
That was Supercell, and that was not a specialization.
Oh. Well, it technically is.
Technically, it is not, because it does not have a very fancy word on it that says specialization.
Wow. You're telling me you're gonna play that in any other deck? No.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in a Thekla deck. It's gonna be great.
I mean, shit, I could use some help. Where's Teklo's expansion slot? I know he just got AB, but I mean, come on.
You just got 4. You wasted 4 slots for your stupid ass arcane barrier.
No, I kind of agree with Ty. I think they might give him like a better card. We really haven't seen him go off
Terminator
at
tank?
all. I mean, he's still at 27 LL points.
Why'd you have to do that? Why'd you have to do that? I saw you clicking over there. I was like, I knew right away what you were doing. You were scrolling way down, scrolling. Oh, he's way at the bottom, 27. God damn it.
But
I
no,
also think we'll see Dory getting something again.
you think so?
I think so.
I mean,
You think?
Because
yeah. Heavy hitters
Warriors,
just gave her a
Warriors
ton of
got
shit.
deleted.
Well,
I mean, they did help all the new heroes and like some of these other sets. Like, I guess you got like Kindle for Kano and stuff, but like,
no, Cliff might be right because of like with like the introduction of Enigma. Like, I feel like Warriors can't even play in a fucking meta that Enigma exists. Like,
true.
Maybe like a Betsy spec.
I think she's always going to be the joke character. I don't know if she's going to get that much help, if I'm going to be real.
What do you mean? She's
maybe
skin in the game, bro.
Maybe one for one of the illusionists or something. I don't know.
I could see Betsy though.
Really?
Yeah, well, they always
definitely
tend to like give the bad heroes cards, if you notice,
Well, it's always
or the
it's like,
I should say the underperforming heroes.
It's
I'm sorry.
typically one card.
right. No, right.
So it typically targets a hero too,
Mm-hmm.
quite well. So it'd either be Bravo or Betsy. Which one do you think
Maybe.
it would be?
Yeah.
Or
'cause then
they
if you
give a
just give him a guardian
they
card,
give
then Victor
the
gets to use
legendary
it.
guardian boot.
Exactly. That's the problem.
No, you couldn't just give just Betsy legendary guardian boots. That would be the
No.
worst.
You give
Just
the
got
class
Gold Main
guardian
Estate. That card's
guardian
nuts.
boots.
Oh, yeah. Could be onto something.
That
There
would
is
be
equipment.
huge for all of them.
I mean, they do. I mean, we saw with Riptide this past one, the long draw half gloves and murky water.
Do we need to give them better boots? Don't they have good boots? I mean, Jesus.
No, Guardians don't have good boots.
And Civic
They
Steps
do not.
blocks for 3. I mean, and then if you use it right,
Yeah,
like
but you give them a quicken.
dude, that quicken means nothing most of the time. I think like if you use it in the right spots, or like you have to basically force the block to be in a spot where the quicken doesn't matter to just have the value. Is kind of the
Where
way it
they
works.
have to block.
Yeah, well, yeah, you only block with it in a way where like you are making sure the quicken isn't going to be relevant, and then you just like fix the flaw in that card just by the way you're blocking with it. Sometimes you might be forced to block with it and the quicken matters, and that sucks. But most times you can block with it in a way or in a spot where the quicken doesn't matter.
If you have a snapback turn, that's pretty good, where you're forcing them to block afterwards when the quicken's there.
Yeah,
Typically,
I feel like gradually as the game gets, older and older, we'll just see more powerful equipment come out. So like eventually we're going to get the legendary boots. What kind of Guardian doesn't have legendary boots? I mean, come on. You gotta give it to them,
I'm surprised that they still don't have one.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we'll get it in the PvE set when Guardian is one of plays the tank role in the dungeon dive and PvE game or whatever.
That's the OG, brother.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kidding.
You're the OG, dude.
Just living in the sorrows right now.
Yeah.
I want to say I could probably see like a Prism, but Prism's gotten a new weapon every time. She has.
That's funny.
So, I don't know.
I could see that, I guess. But she's doing really good right now, I think.
She won
she's
2
one of those-
nationals.
I just mean, she's like kind of like that hero that's maybe a tier below the Zens and the. Well, I guess is it just Zen up there? Zen and New probably the top 2.
You can't say Azalea or Bolton because they just
Do
got
you
armory
think-
decks.
Do you think we still get a new Dromai Ash?
That would be so funny.
Oh, Bailey.
That was a disappointing one, and I ripped like 4 of them my expansion
Yeah.
slot cards.
Well, how disappointed were the Teklo pulls, right? Like everyone hated
Coal
them.
foils?
Yeah, everyone hated them so much. I'll just take them all. Come on, guys. The expansion slots is funny. It's kind of the most exciting part of each set a lot of times because it's like the part that really shakes up heroes,
They're power
abroad,
prepped
like in the
so well.
they're the pushed cards of each set. So like we sit there, we're definitely like anticipating the actual set because
Yep.
we're drafting that portion of it, but then we always have that little extra few cards that might shake some stuff. Like it's fun, it's cool. I love it. I love the way that we've got here. If you remember, supplemental sets were kind of crazy. They were really hit or miss. Everfest kind of sucked.
Whoa.
With all the potions and the fucking
Whoa.
and the baubles and
Dude.
the little.
Some of the Majestics were nuts out of that set.
No, you're right. There's some powerful cards. What is it
Swarming
like?
Gloomveil.
Yeah, the Guardian one, the 14 damage one.
Yep. Thunderquake.
Ether Wildfire.
Thunderquake's good. Yeah, he had Macho Grande coming out of that, dude. Macho Grande is
okay. Everfest wasn't that bad.
It was Dust Till Dawn that sucked.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone hated Dynasty too, but I loved that set. I loved opening that set. That was a lot
Helps
of fun.
Ninja right now.
Yeah.
I think it was just like the whole new Marvel thing. Isn't that when it started? Because it was. It went Uprising into.
Yes, I think we had 3 cold foils, like versions of each. It was like a normal, an extended.
Yep.
Or there was rainbow, normal, and extended,
Yep.
or something.
Too
That was-
much.
Yeah, that was a nightmare set to collect. But
That was too much.
yeah,
and
I just let's give Teklo some love. Okay, that's all. Another tank. Give me a tank that has like on hit, discard, destroy arsenal, destroy all cards defending. So it's all tanks in one tank. But you have to discard all 3 tanks in your graveyard to make the big tank. Okay, that's what I want. I want that card.
Bailey, do you have any other predictions?
Nah.
What? What do you mean, nah?
No, I gave mine.
I want a real one, though.
Those were the real ones. I think we get a Viscerai specialization.
Oh, I didn't hear you
Riptide
say Viscerai.
specialization.
Riptide
There'll be
again?
One new Dromai Ash.
Oh man,
Mm.
I think we're all tired.
And then maybe one for
I
Illusion.
think it's time to go to bed, boy.
Do you think it? Do you think it's Prism?
They can't give Enigma
I
something.
don't
There's no way. Well, I guess she's
It-
pretty bad in
it's
aggro.
good, though.
She's pretty bad in aggro.
She won as many as Prism did, and she's the new hero.
It'd be
Who
kind of
did?
wild if they gave her something, to be honest.
I'd love to see them give specializations for the Mystic Heroes, but after New and Zen's performance, I don't think they can.
No.
They've been very dominant since they came out.
No. Yeah, New is going to be a problem. That deck is incredibly unfun to play against, and it's very strong.
True.
That's why
And
I'm playing
incredibly
decks
fun
with
to
no
play.
blues right now.
That's smart. Fi. The resurgence of Fi, dude. Just play Redline Fi.
Bolton and
It's all
Azalea.
fun and games until New
yeah.
picks apart your hand with the other stuff.
I mean, that's true, right? That goes back to the whole guessing game of New, of like they can just take your hand when you know don't want them to, versus I don't get to take your hand here. I'll just give this thing go again and then come in with Codex and still rip a card. Like it's
Sucks.
the worst.
It sucks.
Never plan on having 4 cards. Always plan on having 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the mask is insane. It's a good one.
But, I mean, we're hitting an hour right now, boys.
Anyone else got anything?
I think I'm all wrapped up for what I had for this week.
Fair enough.
Mm.
All right, well, you can always check out more of our stuff and talk to us on the Discord. We have a good community there. You can always check it out and communicate with us or some of the community that we've built around and with some of the guys at the shop. It's a great time. Link is always in the show notes. Don't forget to check out the 1K as well. I always have the link in there to check out and sign up, get pre-registered. Definitely help fill out our spots and let us know what we need for prize support and everything. So,
Yep. I will say you should probably jump on that sooner rather than later. I know some of our locals have yet to sign up. They should. We have, I think, 10 signed up right now, with still like a big handful of our locals not signed up. So, so yeah, get those tickets. We still have a few weeks yet, so they're going to be available, I would say, for a few more weeks. And come crunch time, they will get bought out. So
super good prizing. So we always do a pretty good prizing at Legends.
yeah, we're going to have extra stuff on top of the 1K for top 8, so it'll be good.
And we will say the gold pack.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be sweet.
But you can also send us an email, bigdeckenergycast@gmail.com. It's always there. I think we have yet to receive a email since Wes's. Correct, Bailey?
I don't know.
Come on, Donatello. You're supposed to be right there with the tech stuff. What is happening?
Sorry, dude. I'm very sleep deprived.
It's all good.
I agree. But as we always like to say, thank you for tuning into the episode 49, getting up to our 1-year anniversary. So hopefully have something good on that episode for you guys. We'll do probably a giveaway or something. But as we always like to say, signing off. Peace.
See ya.
See ya.
As always, it's a pleasure.